So, a movie that is coming out here within the next 3 weeks or so, and it is my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year. I am so excited for it, is The Smashing Machine. Well, they recently have been doing a lot of different film festivals and going around, and people have had their time to watch the movie and review it. And so far, it's having a really good reaction and reception from the people that are watching this movie. And right now, it is holding a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, with a total of 56 reviews. Is what I, yeah, 56 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and the critics are really, really raving about it. We have one here saying one of the most honest films of the year because it dares to look at glory from the other side to tell a story where muscle isn't enough, where strength doesn't save. We have Andrew Webster saying, "What is surprising, though, is just how well Johnson inhabits the role, not just physically, but also with his calm, rational vibe, punctuated by rare bouts of terrifying rage." We have Peter Howell saying, "Supporting performances from real UFC legend and a Kerr cameo add to the palpable naturalism of this sweat fest, which aims for the heart rather than the head." Now, this one is a negative one from Mark Hansen. "Despite the retro aesthetic that Benny Safdie, I hope I said that right, employs to give Mark Core's story a stylish new coat of paint, all that his vision ultimately does is whip up a feeling of deja vu." Another one from Rachel Ho. "Safdie is the undisputed champ of the Smashing Machine." And we'll read one more here from Lauren Bradshaw, which is another negative review. "Despite Dwayne Johnson's mesmerizing performance, The Smashing Mouth is a dull biopic that struggles to contextualize its protagonist in the UFC universe. More uh egregious is Emily Blunt's criminally underdeveloped role." So, hearing those, I read what, 6 of those, something like that. I
Hmm.
read 6. Hearing these, it makes me excited to see this film, but also it doesn't also seem to be, out of the woods yet and being one of the best movies, coming out yet, and like a big movie. I don't know. I think it's kind of mixed right now. Even though we've got a 79%, that's only 56 reviews. I'm expecting by the
True,
time this
true.
movie comes out and when it's over, we're probably going to have another 75 to 100 reviews on this. Like, I don't know where this will end. I personally believe that it'll probably end with like an 82%, but I don't think it moves much higher than 79%. And if I think it goes lower, probably into the 75 or the 76 range, Rotten Tomatoes wise. I'm
Right.
I'm excited for this movie. I really am. I wonder how it's going to turn out because I see how it's like you had that one review where it's like they're completely feeling like this was just a dull performance. Like, I just didn't love how these performers acted, which is completely fine. If that did not work for you, that didn't work for you. And then you have other people that are like, well, this just feels like the same old from this director. And you're like, we want different things. So
Well, what other projects has he done, Benny Safdie?
that's a good one.
Uh, he
You have to
did
say that one.
Uncut Gems, which I think that was that Adam Sandler movie, right?
I think, yeah.
Good Time, which is an American crime thriller.
Yes, it is a Adam
Heaven
Sandler one.
Heaven Knows What. Uh, I'm I don't think I've seen hardly any of these movies, so
This
I
one
can't speak
looks
to him.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they're a pairing, they're brothers, it looks like, and so
Okay.
they did Happy Gilmore 2, they were part of Oppenheimer, it
Okay.
looks like, so they weren't the director on Happy Gilmore 2, but it looks like they were involved somehow, but
Okay.
yeah, this looks like probably their
Yeah,
biggest
their biggest.
one, and, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the thing that really boosts it here is you have 2 of the biggest actors in the world. You have Emily Blunt, and then you have
Yes.
the biggest action star in the world in The Rock. But
Mhm.
I have been so excited for this movie because The Rock to me looks great in this movie, and I
Oh,
am
yeah.
so
No, for
happy
sure.
to finally see The Rock actually doing some serious acting and prove the people wrong that saying he can't act. Like, I've I've understood the complaints, I've understood it just because all he really does is action films. I 100% get where they're coming from, but
Well, I mean, but he's good at action films, but I get
yeah,
him
yeah.
wanting to branch out, and do a more
And I think
emotional
this is a
movie, and
perfect one for him to do,
oh, definitely,
especially
because
being from that
it's
kind of world.
still right, yeah, it's still a physical movie, and he's
Yeah,
got the he's got
the
that physical
physique.
prowess,
Yeah,
but, no, it's very much a more emotional based story, which he definitely needs that under his belt.
I would love for him to get an Oscar, dude. I would love for him to get the Oscar. I don't know,
If
and
he
I won't
does, that'd be cool.
I and that's the buzz coming out of this too, is even though, like, we read that one that was saying it was dull, there are still other people that are like, "Yeah, he could possibly win the Oscar for this one."
Mhm.
It really depends on what the rest of the movies are from now until February, because February is Oscars, I'm pretty sure, if I remember
Right.
right. Yeah, February is Oscars. So, like, it just depends, and I'm excited to see it in a couple of weeks, but seeing these reviews kinda had me a little mixed. I didn't lower my excitement for the movie, but it also didn't make me feel confident that I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be great." Like,
Yeah, it's gonna
80%.
be the best movie of the
Yeah,
year, yeah.
80% is still very is still, 79% is still very high, and there's an 8 out of 10 chance by critic standards that I will like this movie.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I definitely feel though, if anybody wins something, even if it's not The Rock, I feel like there should be some type of Oscar nomination for the transformation that the makeup department did to him in the
Oh, yeah,
prosthetic.
absolutely, because yeah, he looks like I looked at
He
some
looks
pictures
like Mark
of
Kerr. Like,
Mark
that's
Kerr. Yeah, he very much does, and, he's slimmed down a bunch because
yeah.
Rock's always been a big dude, but he slimmed down a bunch for this movie, got into a more I don't
Well,
wanna
he
say
had to.
athletic physique, but
It was because of he probably wanted to get as close to Mark Kerr's weight as he could.
right.
And so, I mean, that's a big thing with the fighting, you have to be certain weights. So,
Yes.
he probably was trying to get to Mark Kerr's weight, and so, like, I thought it was really funny, there was people that were like, "Oh, Rock's losing a lot of weight. Rock's losing too much weight. What's happened to The Rock? He used to be massive because he was at the premiere for the movie, and
Oh, yeah.
I was like, "Guys, he lost the weight for the role." Like,
For the role,
I
yeah,
don't know what
but
to tell
it
you.
it it is a big transformation, though. You go
Oh, yeah.
from how he looked, in the Jumanji movies and the Black Adam movie,
How he
like
is in WWE, like, yeah,
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 no, he's a huge dude. Well, he is a huge dude for his size because
yeah.
I've seen pictures, of him standing next to, like, people like Shaq, and you're like, so there's like, Dwayne's pretty big, but god dang, Shaq's huge.
And then you have pictures of him next to Kevin Hart, you're like, "Oh, Dwayne must
Yeah,
be massive. He's like Goliath."
yeah. It all depends on who you're standing with, and maybe that's why
Perspective.
he does so many movies with Kevin Hart to make him look that much
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah, that's what it is, that's what it is.
I got one bad piece of news for you.
Oh, no.
When you were talking about the movie earlier,
Yeah?
you said Smashing Mouth
Did
again.
I really? Oh my
You
gosh.
did.
Guys, I have been struggling so much with saying the Smashing Mouth, like, anytime I talk to Paul, I'm like, "Can't wait to see Smashing Mouth," and he's like, "You mean Machine?" I'm like,
Somebody.
"Yeah." Guys, it's been getting me for the past month that we've been covering this movie, and oh my gosh,
I
it'll
know,
be the
well,
bane of
you
my existence.
you start saying something and your brain just goes along with
Yeah.
whatever, pops in, but no, The Smashing Machine, I think it's gonna be a pretty good movie. You've been way more excited for it than I am
Yeah, and
because
like I said, it's
I'm
not.
just not a sports guy.
Yeah, like I am mainly it's because of The Rock, but also
Mhm.
because I mean I don't mi- I like watching UFC from time to time. Like I wasn't around when Mark Kerr was fighting, but I did, I've seen his fights, I've heard of him. I
Right.
it is interesting to kind of see the early days of UFC and kind of how they did it because it was a lot different than it is now. A lot different.
Oh, yeah, no, I've heard some stories, like, from, oh, what's his name? The Mark Rogan,
Yeah.
right?
What
Like, his p the Not Mark Rogan. Is it Mark Rogan?
Oh, Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Gosh,
I was like, Mark,
see,
what?
I'm not a sports guy, guys. But anyway,
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, whenever he talked about the old school UFC
Oh yeah.
days on his podcast, is like some of the stuff he says, like, whoa, that's absolutely crazy. But
Mhm. Yeah, it was
I
it was
think
a lot different, like, you would have 2 random dudes, like, that you didn't care about weight, you didn't care about anything, 2 random dudes, "Oh, you wanna
it's like
fight? Fight, yeah."
put him in the ring
Sumo
and go.
wrestler versus 5'8", dude that knows how to do karate, like, let's see
Yeah,
who wins this, like, and that's how it was, and then now it's, weight classes,
much
we've got
much
different
more regulated
there
and
yep,
yeah,
there's new strategies with it and what you learn how to fight and all that, but
yeah.
anyways, guys, what are you guys thinking of the Smashing Machine reviews? Are you guys, excited from what you guys have heard? Are you guys has it lessened your excitement? Are you guys even gonna go see this movie? Let us know in the comments below. Want more? Check us out on YouTube Podcast, Spotify, or even the link down below for the full podcast.
Leave us a comment if you guys have any thoughts, questions, or ideas. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more videos and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.